that for you.
Good.
Okay, I'm going to call the meeting to order. Today is March 16th, 2017. This is a rescheduled meeting from 2 days ago due to the snowstorm that kind of wasn't as bad as we thought it would be. And it's a business meeting of the North Kingstown School Committee. If I could ask everyone to please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Mr. Glassbach?
Here.
Mrs. Hoskins? Here. Mr. Jones?
Here.
Mrs. McLaughlin? Here. Ms. Stevens? Here. Mrs. Shaw? And student representatives.
Here. And if you could please call the calendar.
On Tuesday, March 28th, 2017, there will be a school committee business meeting at 7 p.m.
Any presentations or recognitions?
We have a few recognitions. Dr. Humbert.
So the first one is my pleasure to talk about is the DECA International Club that did very well, and I will say that after a month of preparation, 29 members of NK's DECA Business Club competed in 13 industry events, requiring them to take tests and role play in response to business case studies aligned to the industry they competed in. And they're judges that were from the field. And out of the 13 events, NK placed first, second, and third in 10, receiving medals in recognition of the closing ceremony. Over 300 students from around the state competed. And the medal winners achieved a score of 210 or above and are now eligible to compete at DECA's International Career Conference in Anaheim, California in April. I think we have about 9 students that are going to that. And then on Sunday, I was happy to attend the decathlon event at CCRI. And at that, NK participated, and Sophie Chang won in 3 categories.
We also have a couple of new Eagle Scouts from North Kingstown High School. One is Mrs. Healy's son, Tim, and Nathan Wilhelm were both given that honor up 2 weeks ago now. I just wanted to give a shout out to what a tremendous production Oklahoma was. All in, 100 students or more participated, and another 16 adults were there to support them. Being a theater parent myself, I know that a lot of family time goes into that. It was a tremendous effort, real great community effort. We had a very well-attended post-graduation planning night recently. Recognition for Allie Hornon, student at the high school who is the Leukemia Lymphoma Student of the Year. She single-handedly raised $40,000 in just a few weeks. So, way to go for her. We had a very successful Art Awards night at the NK Library. It's partially sponsored by our own arts departments and also in the North Kingstown Arts Council. A lot of folks came out for that. That was a lot of fun. We concluded the NK Coalition series, a 3-part series on social and emotional learning, and the last of which was the suicide prevention discussion with a couple of local social workers from South County. It was very informative. And we also have a new girls championship hockey team, the South County Storm, which North Kingstown is a part of. And we also have our boys basketball team, which is in the Final Four this weekend at the Ryan Center. Their game is Saturday at 4, and if they should succeed, or when they succeed, that will be Sunday at 6 p.m. One other thing, we have 2 students who have been recognized by the Newport Historical Society for winning an essay contest along with a few other students from around the state. And they are truly fortunate because their prize is to get tickets to see Hamilton the musical. So they have a lot of new friends at the high school too now. So congratulations to all.
Okay.
Big night this time.
Next item are citizens' comments. I have one person who signed up, Alex Supron.
I'm Alex Supron.
Then you can just come to the microphone there, yep. And just state your name and address for us.
I'm Alex Supron, and I live at 24 Road Court, Jamestown, Rhode Island. I'm a senior at North Kingstown High School, and I am here on behalf of the Sexuality and Gender Awareness Club. I have a letter to read. Dear Dr. Ogier and the North Kingstown School Committee, we are members of the Sexuality and Gender Acceptance, or SAGA Club, at North Kingstown High School, formerly known as the Gay Straight Alliance. Due to recent political events, we urge you to make an official statement voicing your support for transgender students using the bathrooms in which they feel most comfortable. Several other school departments, such as Cumberland, East Greenwich, Providence, and South Kingstown, have already made statements about President Trump's recent decision to remove federal protections for transgender students, and we feel it would be beneficial for North Kingstown to announce their support as well. Doing so would provide a message of support for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender students. Your statement would begin the process of alleviating challenges faced by LGBT youth in an academic environment. Thank you for taking the time to read our letter. We look forward to your response, and we request that this issue be placed on the agenda for the next school committee meeting. It is signed by members of the club, and it is co-signed by the North Kingstown High School Art Club, Drama Club, School Musical Cast and Pit, the North Kingstown High School Junior Jazz, Senior Jazz, Jazz Combo, and the Small Ensembles, the North Kingstown High School Tech Crew, Interact Club, and the Student Union, and the Junior States of America Club, along with the North Kingstown High School Best Buddies Club. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming. Next item on our agenda is... Oh, I'm sorry. Well, let me just say, we don't usually respond to citizens' comments.
All right, no, that's fine.
It's just our policy to not respond at this time, and it's not cutting you any more than I would say the same thing to anyone else at the table, because it's not on our agenda this evening, so, but thank you. Superintendent's report, sorry.
I do not have a superintendent's report.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't see that in my notes. Yeah, I sent an email out about this to all, so there's far more detail in that. But I just wanted to mention that we recently, like a lot of towns around the state, have received back water testing results looking, for lead in water. And the good news is that North Kingstown schools all come in very healthy levels. So we have posted information about that on our website, so if anyone would like to see some details about that, they are more than welcome to. And you can actually see each school at each school's website. We set it up that way. So, and if anyone should have any questions about any of it, you're more than welcome to give me a call.
Thank you. Next, we have routine items. First is I need a motion to seal the executive session minutes of this evening, March 6th. Wait a minute. Seal the minutes March 16th, 2017.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. And I can disclose that we took no votes during our executive session this evening. Next, we have the consent agenda. Any items on the consent agenda for exemption? I have one myself, which is item D4. Any others? Yes. C1 and 2. Any others? Hearing no others, if I could get a motion to approve the consent agenda with the exception of... I did D4. Yes, that's okay. With the exception of C1, C2, and D4. I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Passes unanimously. No opposed. And next, our first exempted items are C1 and 2.
I need to recuse myself from those
Okay.
items since I was not in attendance.
Make a motion to approve items C1 and C2.
I have a motion, Mr. Jones, second, Ms. Hoskins. Any discussion? All those in favor of approving C1 and 2? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And one abstention. Mrs. McGovern. Next is item D4. On behalf of the administration, I need to modify the request for the approval. So there were two names on the approval for item D4. Mr. John Novak's request is going to remain, and so we'd ask for a motion to approve that, but we're going to, before we do that, I'd like to get a motion to table Mr. Joe Cox's request for a one-year extension at this time.
So motion to table.
A motion, and do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion on tabling it? So all those in favor of tabling Mr. Cox's request? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes unanimously. So now I'd ask for a motion to approve the remaining item, which is D4, which is Mr. Novak's request.
So
I have a motion.
Second.
And a second, so motion, I try to remember to say the names for the benefit of our clerk. Ms. Hoskins made a motion, second Mr. Jones. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes unanimously. So, on to unfinished business. Anything on the 2016-17 school budget? Anything? Did I miss? That's Yep, no, that's okay. So, anything under 2017-18 school budget?
Yes.
Okay.
I just want to make you aware of the communication I've received from the trust, which is our insurance carrier. We start our budget very early here in the town of North Kingstown. When we had communicated with him back in the December timeframe regarding estimated increases to our healthcare number, they do the best they can, giving us with what information we had. And that time we were hoping that the ranges were going to stay within the 4 to 6% range, which they have in the past, and I budgeted 6%, which I've done for several years in a row, and knock on wood, we have been lucky that they've come under that. Unfortunately, we're not so sure we're going to be that lucky this year, and we are looking at, and you may have seen recently, last week or the week before, there was an article in the paper about South Kingstown's rates. The trust believes we're going to be looking at an 8 to 10% increase, which is going to be another $100,000 to $200,000 addition to our budget, should it come in at those numbers. So I expect to hear in the next couple of weeks exactly what the number is, but unfortunately I think this really kind of goes to the discussion of the budget being so early. The trust, they did the best they could giving us information way back in December, and now, the numbers are coming out. That'll be the same number that the town is going to have to deal with too, because the percentage is the same. But I thought it was important that you guys know that we could be looking at that.
I'd say thank you, but I don't mean thank you. But thank you for the update.
we have a discussion.
Yes, we certainly can.
But you haven't had, the school department hasn't met with the town on the budget other than submitting the budget, though, right?
Right, correct.
So-
That'll be on Monday at 5:30. Phil and I are meeting with the town council with a normal department budget
Right,
meeting.
but if it's 200,000 higher than what you asked, then,
Right, but they will have received similar notifications, though.
They will,
So
yes.
you can discuss that.
Absolutely.
Then.
Yep, absolutely.
So the trust also provides the health insurance for the town?
Yeah, actually, we look at it the other way around. We're kind of with the town, with the
Okay,
trust.
okay.
Yeah, it's the whole town of North Kingstown.
It's worth noting that the public hearing will be April 10th. Is that-
Yes,
Yeah.
April 10th. That has been
We're
confirmed,
gonna have that at
April
the high
10th.
school auditorium.
And the time is probably 6 or 7 o'clock. That's normally what time that is, so that's been moved from the April 17th timeframe. And the difference on the March 20th meeting for the department heads is Dr. Ajay and I have usually been, those have usually been held all during the day. These are going to be now on the evening of Monday, next Monday and Tuesday. So that's a little different than in the past.
we can go to those, but it's just you
Absolutely.
guys that are,
It's usually been a
Certainly
lot more
online,
yeah.
informal. Everyone kind of sits around the same table. and-
Right.
But it is a
and it
public
could go-
meeting.
right, I went last year.
It could go as long as, it has gone as long as over an hour.
Oh,
It
yeah.
has,
Oh, yeah.
so lengthy discussion, a lot of questions.
Harry, do we have the pension rate contributions?
Oh, yeah, those are solid.
Okay.
I have those in the budget package, Bob, those are in your budget package.
Yeah, I just know if there was
The
any.
teachers is 13.84%, and the MERS, which is everybody else, is 18.08, something like that. Yeah, they're big numbers. I was actually just looking at those today with someone.
Any notes on the 2017-18 budget? Next is CIP bond for future bond. Nothing. Any?
Well, can we,
Yeah.
on 5C, we talked about the sense of the town council about if we.
Regarding future bonding.
I think they're looking at, they're kind of getting their, hands around what's going on. This new council's really only been there since December. But the communication has been open. I know that the Asset Management Committee filed some sort of report or something or other on their findings. What I saw is a preliminary report. There's not one single mention of the school department in that report. But I think that the town council themselves they're trying to get their arms around the town, including the school department, and what the needs are. So I'm confident that we'll hear some information in the future about that.
Has the audit committee met? Do you aware of that?
No, and as a matter of fact, I contacted Mr. Mollis today about the FY16 audit, because the extension was to March 31st, and I haven't heard anything, because I assume that they need to come back to the school department, because there's still a couple of things they hadn't done, which was the single audit and the stuff that's required by RIDE. I have no information. Mr. Mollis didn't have any information either, except that I'm not sure. I don't know how that March 31st deadline, which is only 2 weeks away, is going to work out. So Dr. Ojay and I are set up to meet with Mr. Mollis next Thursday evening, so maybe he'll have more information by that time, but that's only going to be a week away at that point. But I don't have the auditors trying to schedule anything to come in to wrap up what they need to wrap up.
Anything else? No new business. We have some reports in your packets, disposal notifications and financials. Any questions on those? If not, we have reached the end of our agenda. I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I have a motion. Ms. Hoskins, second, Mr. Jones. All those in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you.